Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today I've got another deck profile for you guys. This is a warrior deck. Now this is a deck I used to use like 4 or 5 years ago. This was my main deck. It is all warriors, and I used to call it the ultimate deck because back then when you had like the Hyperion deck or Gadgets or Dark World or Six Samurais, I used to use this, and it did win me quite a lot of duels. So yeah, let's get into it. Gonna start with the main deck. It's not the perfect copy because, you know, that deck would not be that good right now, but you can still use this deck that I've made right now. So we have 2 Battle Guard King, good card. Does require two tributes, but it has 3k attack, and it's got a good effect that you can tribute any number of warrior type monsters you control, and he can make that many additional attacks. So that's like if your opponent has an open field and you've got 2 more warriors, then you can attack 3 times, and that's 9k damage basically. 1 Elemental Hero Blade Edge, good for attacking defense position monsters because it's piercing. Better than just attacking a defense position monster. It dies, it can activate an effect, but with Blade Edge, it's a cool looking card and you can inflict damage. And back then, yeah, it was a really good card. Swift Gaia Fierce Knight, again, a really cool card. Back then, monsters like this were really good because it was all about tribute summoning. 2300 attack, but it's got a really good effect that if this is the only card in your hand, you can summon this card in face-up attack position without tributing. So if you've got nothing on the field and nothing in your hand and you draw this, then you can summon it easily. Otherwise, it does require 2 tributes. Fiend Mega Cyber, good card again, does require 1 tribute, or you can special summon this from your hand if your opponent controls 2 more monsters. So again, if your opponent's got a full field, you can draw this and normal summon this easily. And lastly, my favorite card, like I said in other videos, Millennium Shield. Fun card because it's got 3k defense, so it can be hard for some cards to get over its defense. Next, I use 3 Goblinbergs and 2 Marauding Captains. You gotta use these because it's their effects to normal summon special summons, so you can get cards in the field quicker. As well as Marauding Captain's effect being, if this is face up on the field, then your opponent cannot select another warrior, so it does defend your other monsters as well. 2 Exiled Force. Back then it was just summon this, tribute, destroy, Call of the Haunted, tribute, destroy. So you're just easily popping their monsters, and it was a fun card to use level 4 as well. They can be used for XYZs. Back then I didn't use XYZs because I didn't know what they were, but now because there's lots of level 4s that you can just use them to easily summon XYZs like Utopia Lightning. 1 Gearfried, just back then all level 4s, if they had 1800, 1900 attack, you would use them because that was high attack. If a equip card is equipped to this, then you just destroy the equip card, and back then it was like just equipping cards to, like, say Mask of Restrict, I think it is, that it doesn't allow it attack or something, so it just destroyed that. Command Knight, good with warriors because while one of the monsters on your side of the field, your opponent can't attack this, and it gives all warrior monsters you control 400 more attacks, so it does make your other monsters powerful. Evocator Chevalier, just 1900 attack, like I said before, so he's good to attack with her effect as well. It would have 2300. 2 Claymans, high defense, so if you don't have any way to attack your opponent, you can just get Clayman and put him in defense position, along with Destiny or Defender, 2700 defense, easy to summon. Yeah, it does make your opponent draw cards, but you can later on tribute to summon other cards. And to help these 2, you have Stronghold Guardian, which basically, if a defense position monster you control is attacked, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard, and during the damage step it gains 1500 defense, so that's good with these 3. So you've got your attack, you've got your summoning, you've got destroying your monsters, giving more attack, and your defense, so it's a good combination back then. That's why I called it the ultimate deck, because I did win quite a lot of duels with it. That's it for the monsters, 20 monsters. Next, I use 1 Battle Guard Rage and Battle Guard Howling. Battle Guard Rage is basically you target a warrior monster, all a minor warrior. It gives it 1000 more attack, and monsters destroyed by it are returned to the hand instead of to the graveyard. So right now, if you're fighting Burning Abyss or other monsters that affect activating the graveyard, they won't. Like I guess Gradles as well because it goes back to the hand. And Battle Guard Howling, just if a warrior monster you control is targeted for an attack or an opponent card effect, you can target one face monster your opponent controls. They lose attack equal to its attack, and it goes back to the hand. Easy way of sending monsters your opponent controls to the hand. One desperate tag if attack position monster you control is destroyed, that's face up. You can make battle damage 0 and then special summon a level 4 or lower warrior from your hand. Good because you can special summon easily. 3 Call of the Haunted. Basically, if your monsters go to the graveyard, just bring them back. Or if you're tribute summoning, you can just get your tributes back. So he's just the Call of the Haunted, easy way to summon. 2 Mirror Forces because if your opponent attacks you, then you got to have some form of defense along with Magic Cylinder. Magic Cylinder can cause them to kill themselves, and Mirror Force, if they got lots of attack position monsters, then that's the monsters easily destroyed. And then summoning Torrential Tribute and Bottomless banishes their monster with Bottomless, and Torrential Tribute just destroys all monsters in the field. And if it does destroy, you can just use Call of the Haunted to get it back. That's it for the traps. Then I use 1 reinforcement of the army, but did used to use 3 when it was allowed, but now it's just 1. So I've just put 1 in this deck. Yeah, you just need this in every warrior deck because it helps you get your warrior from your deck. 3 Soldiers of Reeling Light, really fun to play because it's just basically 9 turns of your opponent not being able to do anything unless they destroy it. So it's just for stalling if you need to summon monsters, then tribute and summon. So that makes it easier. And 1 Monarch Stoneforth. I didn't use it back then. I used Soul Exchange, but this is better now to use. So yeah, if you do have 1 monster and you don't have time to summon another one, then you can just tribute your opponents and yours to summon a monster. And 3 MSTs, just getting rid of your opponent's backline. Yeah, that's going to be it for the main deck. Like I said, all of these cards together before were really good. Against decks like 6 Samurais or Gadgets or Dark Worlds, which were also the Dragoonity, but now they're obviously not as good because you got like Cosmos or Frogs, Totally Awesome, and Metal Foe, so it wouldn't stand a chance. But it is like if you want to play with old cards, then it can be a fun deck. Extra deck, I didn't have an extra deck then, but I can make one now. Utopia Lightning with 2 Utopias. Basically, just you can easily normal summon special summon with Goblinberg and then get into these level 4s, just negating attack and increasing attack. Dark Rebellion, again level 4, just get easily into that and increase attack. Silent Honor, Harlan Draco, Bliss Dweller, Castell, Gagaga Cowboy, 2 Anti-Luminescent Knights, and just King of the Feral Limbs to get higher attack, because if you've got 2 level 4s with low attack, then if this is the last card that you've got, you can just summon this and you've got high attack, and this is just for targeting, but it is all level 4s because the card that you're going to be getting on the field easily with Call of the Haunted and Goblinberg is going to be level 4s, so that's why I use all level 4s, because I don't think I'm going to be special summoning anything else. Like, the chance of having 2 level 8s on the field is very unlikely, so yeah, that's why I just use level 4s. But yeah, that's going to be for this deck profile. Just if you want to play with old cards, then this is a deck you can make just to have fun with your friend, because it's nothing OP. It's going to be a nice slow game, not like decks now that are just OTKs with lots of pendulums and a lot of special summoning. Just going to be like the old days where you just summon, tribute, summon, and yeah, it can be really fun. So if you guys have any ideas for fun decks that you want to tell me about, you can just leave it in the comments below. But other than that, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next episode.